I'm back walking, back talking about Tottenham. Had a lovely holiday. Thanks very much for those of you that were asking. It's a busy one. Had lots of bits and pieces to do, but it was very nice to get away, spend some time in the sunshine, and have a few days relaxing here and there amongst all the madness that I had to sort out. Anyway, bit of a strange one, isn't it? Because we're all so used to having to wait until the end of the transfer window for some random Googling name to be put forward. And now we've had 3 in the space of like a month or so since the season finished. And we're all like, but what now? What next? Who's next? Who else are we going to get? We've still got another half dozen to come. We've got 150 mil in our back pocket that we need to get rid of really quickly. But we haven't. So what do we do now? So I'll tell you what we do. We just do a load of speculation. That's the best thing. So, DJed Spence has gone very quiet. According to Mr. Transfer himself, Fabrizio Romano, it's still all no official bid. So, if there's no official bid, then nothing's happened. He seems to know what to score, pretty much, to be fair to him. So, you know. But the way I'll come to that at the end. Let me come to that at the end. So the next one, which is now gathering a lot of pace and getting people quite animated, is the Cristian Ericksen one. Because obviously, as Tottenham fans, we do walk about with these very, very nice rose-tinted glasses about how great Ericksen was, and he was great for us, and how great he could be coming back, what fairy tale it would be and all that. There's still nothing official coming through. So it does make you wonder whether that's just a smoke screen or whatever. Because if he's got other options, then you have to think to yourself, well, maybe he's not as invested in us as we are in him. If he's considering Man United over Tottenham, then there's something really wrong there, isn't there? Because, you know, they say the pull of the Champions League is massive. Well, they're not in the Champions League, are they? So, you know, why would you want to go there? They're in a hell of a state. Total shambles. So why would you want to go there? So, Brentford, I kind of get that. Because with Brentford, it's the club who took a chance on him. It's the ones that brought him back to football after what happened. And so he feels he owes a little bit of loyalty to them. So I could understand that. But then the question's got to be, are we actually in for him? Is he what Conte wants? Because if he isn't, then it's all just a fairy tale, our fairy tale about an ex-player. So I did the YouTube live with Chris Cowling before I went on holiday, and a friend of mine who was on there as well, Gary, Mr. Pick and Mix himself, was quite vocal in that he wouldn't take Ericksen back, not unless it was absolutely what Conte wanted. Chris, on the other hand, was, mate, it's Cristian Ericksen. You know, he's done this, he's done that. Great midfielder, he's on a free. All this sort of stuff. Made some really valid points. For me, I have to say I sided with Gary. Not because I've got a problem with Cristian Ericksen, because I haven't. But I've never been an advocate of going backwards. I said the same about Gareth Bale, if you recall. That, you know, unless it's what Conte absolutely wants, then for me I think we should be looking at who's the best players out there and spending the money to get them in rather than using those rose-coloured spectacles I mentioned, because I'm yet to know a player that really comes back and makes such a huge difference the second time around, because we've done it, you know, with players. And I know someone will probably go, yeah, but what about Klinsmann, or what about Robbie Keane, or someone like that who, you know, was a bit better, you know, was decent, but they weren't the same player they were when they left. So, you know, for me, I'd much rather us just move on. But it's about what Conte wants, not about what I want. So I'm just going to wait and see what Conte actually does. So that brings me back to the point I was going to make before I started talking about Cristian Ericksen, after talking about DJed Spence, is that Mr. Paratici works in a very different way to a lot of other scouts, sporting directors, all that sort of stuff. And what he does is you highlight the position that you want covered, and then he'll go away and they'll look at the options about who's available, what they're going to cost, how do they fit in, do all their sort of bits and pieces around, you know, whether they're the right fit or not. And then he moves on several of them, actually aiming to get a specific one. So, I don't think it's ever going to be straight cut all the way through. I think you're going to have to put up with lots of speculations about lots of different players. And like I've said continuously, I'm no expert on transfers or players from other clubs. I only ever really concentrate on my own. And if someone has a good game against us, I might focus a little bit on that. But not always. So it's not for me to sit here or walk here and say we should be going for this player or that player. That's for them to sort out, and then I'll give you my opinion on how they play for us and what they're doing. But for me, still believe that we need a right back, even if DJed Spence comes. Still feel we need another one. I feel we need another centre back, one who can do left-sided or central. So I think Romero is pretty much bang on, but with Eric Dyer and Ben Davies not really having a lot of cover, kind of makes me think you need someone else in there, because this is now not about who's coming in to replace. It's about who's coming in to support, who's coming in to boost the squad numbers with all the games that we're going to have next year and the quality of the competition that we're in. So I still feel we're light, right-sided. I know we've got Emerson, we've got Doherty. Neither of them fill me with absolute confidence. So even though towards the end of the season they did the business, so I can't knock them from too much, but you know, from the season I'm looking at, I'm not thinking that they are the answer. As I say, centre back, definitely. The left back I'm quite happy. Perisic and Sessegnon I think is a good options in there. So I'm quite happy with that. Obviously, now we've got Bissouma in, who Mr. Kent, my learned colleague who drives me out to football, was raving about all season last season. Got to get Bissouma in, mate. Got to get Bissouma in. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think it's great. Great bit of business. 25 million quid. And then you've got Højbjerg and Bentancur, Skip in there. And I think they do believe that Skip is one for the future. But I would like I must admit, I would like a real quality player who can change the course of a game with a bit of creativity, which Ericksen would do. But as I say, that's if we're going to get the Ericksen of old, not the Ericksen who wanted to leave us. You know, and that's whether he's up to the level that Conte wants. Anyway, so I'm happy with that. But I do think we need someone in there just to bolster that up creative-wise. And I do believe that we really could do with someone as a front man for the inevitable Son or Kane injury issue, which we are undoubtedly going to get. And when you've got, like I say, Champions League football, you want real quality in there. You don't just want, you know, a backup. You want someone who's not just going to be a backup, but he's going to score the goals for you. So, you know, I still feel there's work to do. Still, you know, there's a lot going on that the coach and the director of football and all that need to sort out. And with us not spending a lot of money yet, it does make you think that there are plans of things to come, you know. But like I say, if Ericksen's one of them, I'm not going to moan about it, because it's a position that we do need to fill, an out-and-out creative player. So, you know, like I say, can't knock it, won't knock it. We'll see what comes of it. But it does feel rather frustrating that we start off so quickly and then it all goes quiet, and we're all thinking, oh, you know, we're getting a bit indignant about it. Well, we shouldn't be, really. Why would you get indignant about it when we're doing so much so quickly, and you know there's an absolute feeling that there's more to come? So, you know, I guess we're kind of going to have to wait and see. But I'm hoping that tomorrow when I'm walking, I've got something a bit more positive to talk about, something a bit more interesting to talk about. We'll see. Anyway, gonna leave it there. I'm getting out of breath already. And hopefully I'll speak to you again tomorrow, or if not, maybe the day after. But I'm going to try and keep them up, because it does take my mind off the fact that I'm walking. But we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Up the Spurs.